Over the weekend, I got a letter from Beth. Now, Beth is or was a black Mormon Republican living in Utah, and she wrote me an incredible letter about how, Lewis, she's abandoning the Republican Party, and I'm going to read the letter to you. I love getting letters like this because it is so interesting to hear directly from so many of the individuals that we know are part of a political movement that in great part doesn't serve their interests in any way. Beth has realized that. Listen to this. Hi guys, I've been listening to your show for a couple of weeks now and I really enjoy it. Your discussions are always intriguing. I'm a registered Republican, live in Utah, and I'm also a Mormon. Politics has always been a hard thing for me. I usually keep quiet. I was adopted by a white conservative Republican Mormon family while I myself am African American, so it's always been expected of me to be Republican too. Last year I turned 18 and it was my first year to vote, so like a good Republican, I voted for Mitt Romney and all the other state level Republicans. But something happened last year. I started to realize how isolated I am even within my own party. Everyone assumed that I'd vote for Obama because I'm black, even my fellow Republicans. When I would attend town hall meetings, I was the only young black person in the room and one of the few women too. There seemed to be a disconnect and I started questioning why I was a Republican. Turns out I'm only a Republican because it's the social norm in my family, religion, and state. Anyway, after starting college and actively listening to people on the left, I've come to see the flaws in my thinking. In fact, I've truly grown to love liberals as a whole. I've learned about various sects within the liberal community, including Marxist, Leninist, anarchists, eco-socialists, etc. I've found so many great podcasts on iTunes hosted by liberals, and yours is my favorite by far. Sorry, that was a long rant. Anyway, I'm leaving the Republican Party. It's kind of shocking how bigoted, homophobic, and ultra-conservative I've been over the years. While I'm still religious, patriotic, all that stuff, my views have changed drastically. Thanks for helping me with the process with your informative talk show. This is absolutely fantastic, Lewis. Most people, sadly, will never become self-realized in the way that Beth has become self-realized. And it's not something to criticize them for. It is very difficult to do, especially when you read the environment that Beth grew up in. This is a great letter. Thank you for writing it. And I'd be very curious what Beth's parents think about her decision that she has made to leave the Republican Party.
I bet we could guess. I bet we could guess pretty accurately exactly what they'd say about something like that. You know, if Beth were also gay, it would be basically she would have been the complete opposite of everything that her Republican counterparts stood for.
The other thing also is this doesn't just apply to people on the right. Okay, so there are many people our age, Lewis, who are liberal, and they were set off on that liberal path because their parents were also liberal. But the interesting thing is that it seems to me this situation is one where very specifically Beth has figured out that factually speaking, she's involved, she was part of a political movement that did not really consider her interests, whereas many liberals who are initially liberal because of their parents determined that, okay, actually I am on the side that is fighting for what I believe in. So there's examples of this on both sides, but the letter is absolutely compelling.